The Tesla team recently drove two Cybertruck release candidates from San Diego all the way down the Baja Peninsula for off-road durability testing, and a portion of their 7-day drive was live-streamed on X.com. In addition, Joe Tegtmeyer recently shared video footage and images of a large number of Cybertruck underbody castings outside of Gigafactory, Texas, which is a good sign for production volume. And in addition to all of that, quite a few important new details about the Cybertruck were shared on X.com by @MatthewDR. Stick around as I dive into the details. I'm John, and this is Cleanerwatt. The Tesla team's drive of two Cybertrucks from San Diego down the Baja Peninsula covered around 1,280 miles and took a week to complete.
So we're down here in Mexico. We've got two release candidates from Cybertruck doing off-road durability testing because we really wanted to see firsthand how these trucks handled one of the most challenging routes in the world. These two trucks are straight out of the factory, except for some special race seats we've got installed. As you can see, we're getting jostled around pretty hard. We've got 5-point harnesses for our safety, but otherwise this is off the factory floor. So we've been out on this route for about a week now. We started up at, we started up at San Diego. Try and give you a view of that if I can hold it still long enough. We started up at San Diego, and we've taken the whole Baja Peninsula down. We're nearly to the bottom in Cabo. 1,280 miles later.
As the host of the Tesla livestream mentioned in this video, the Baja trails featured varied terrain. Not only do you have Baja desert, but you have sandy wash, rocky ridges, forest of giant cacti, salt flats. The trails go up and down mountains, and there are washboard roads. All this variety, of course, makes it a great place to test out the off-road capabilities of the Cybertruck, and this is apparently why Tesla took the Cybertrucks to that particular trail, because during the Tesla live stream, once again, the host said, quote, "We want to see firsthand how these trucks handle on one of the most challenging routes in the world." It was made very clear that the two Cybertrucks driven were straight off the factory floor, except for the special race seats and 5-point harnesses that were added for safety. I'm looking forward to more data coming out about the Cybertruck, including its off-road capabilities. But when it comes to how the truck did during this Baja test, the host of the video said, quote, "They're super fun, super durable." It was also stated, quote, "The ability of these trucks is super impressive." And he also mentioned that the only two issues that they had during their trip was 2 flat tires. And in reference to the off-road mode, it was mentioned in this video, quote, "We've got air suspension and active dampers, so we can totally change the ride and handling characteristics of the vehicle." Interestingly enough, as @GregorTruck reminded us on X.com with this repost, this is something that Elon Musk referenced back in April of 2020 when he posted on X.com, which was at that point Twitter, quote, "We're working on increasing dynamic air suspension travel for better off-roading. Needs to kick butt in Baja." In other news, drone pilot Joe Tegtmeyer recently captured images and video footage of a large number of Cybertruck underbody castings outside of Gigafactory, Texas. In what Joe shared on October 6th, the Cybertruck castings had not been milled yet, but in what he shared on October 9th, the castings have been milled and look ready to use. You can see how much cleaner the milled castings are, and the milling apparently removes any tabs or extra pieces after the casting process to bring the casting into its finished form. Seeing this large number of Cybertruck underbody castings is of course a very encouraging sign when it comes to the ramp up of the Cybertruck. Beyond the Baja testing and the underbody castings, @MatthewDR on X.com recently shared a large number of Cybertruck details in this long thread. First of all, Matthew revealed that the Cybertruck will have bi-directional charging and a 240-volt outlet. But do keep in mind that none of this is official until Tesla actually releases the customer-ready Cybertruck and all the details about it. But nonetheless, this is very likely. And if Tesla does indeed have bi-directional charging on the Cybertruck, This should allow for vehicle-to-home capabilities, meaning you should be able to use your Cybertruck as a backup battery for your home, and possibly vehicle-to-grid as well. I actually didn't expect that Tesla would do this with the Cybertruck because they haven't done it with any of their other vehicles. So this is potentially a very huge piece of news. In addition, from this post, it appears like the Cybertruck front trunk will be bigger than it looks, that the production Cybertruck will not have the pull-out ramp in the back of the tailgate like the prototype that Tesla unveiled back in 2019. Apparently, the air suspension system is more comfortable than the Model S and X. The turning radius is amazing thanks, of course, to its four-wheel steering. In addition to all that, Matthew revealed that Tesla has indeed picked a date for the Cybertruck delivery event, although they haven't made a public announcement just yet, and that when it comes to the suspension adjustments, instead of just having low, medium, or high, the Tesla system will apparently actually list the ground clearance, which Matthew writes, quote, example high setting is 14.5 inches. I don't know if 14.5 inches is the maximum amount of ground clearance because it's possible that Tesla will be able to have something similar to the Hummer EV that has an extract mode, which gives a little bit more height at low speeds when you're like in an off-road situation and you need a little more height. I'm hoping that Tesla has something like that and that they can get just a little more height out of it, because back in 2019 and previously on Tesla's website, it was listed that the Cybertruck ground clearance was up to 16 inches. But nonetheless, 14.5 inches of ground clearance is still pretty impressive, but it would be a little less than the Rivian R1T. In addition, while I do still believe that Tesla will begin production with a dual motor version of the Cybertruck, I could be wrong on that because Matthew did confirm that the performance version of the Cybertruck apparently has the same powertrain as the Plaid Model S and X, which is of course a very impressive powertrain. In addition, Matthew confirmed that the Cybertruck front trunk has power open and close, and that while there's no HVAC vents in the bed of the truck, the Cybertruck will have the ability to have the mid-gate glass open and close. So the back of the Cybertruck should be very useful for camping, and I do expect quite a few people to put mattresses back there and camp in their Cybertrucks. In addition to that, it looks like the Cybertruck may not have armor glass, but it might just have Tesla's standard acoustic glass, which is a 2-pane glass with adhesive in the middle. It's great glass, and it does make the cabin very quiet, but this portion of Matthew's post makes it seem like armor glass is not going to be installed in the Tesla Cybertruck. In addition, Matthew revealed that the floor of the Cybertruck will have carpet and not rubber, and that the truck will have a spare tire, unlike the rest of Tesla's vehicles. I am looking forward to Tesla unveiling the final specs and features of the Cybertruck, but from what has been leaking recently, the Cybertruck is going to be awesome, and I can't wait to see a bunch of them on the roads. Do let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. And also, I'd like to say once again, thank you to all of those of you who support me through Patreon. Your support makes a big difference and really does help make these videos possible. If you'd like to find out more about how you can support my work through Patreon, I will put a link in the video description. Thank you so much.